Hello and welcome to Good Vibrations, a show for seniors by seniors. I'm your host, Mary LeBrie. Today on our show we have a spot of music nostalgia, an update about the marvels of face yoga, and a trivia quiz to wake you up from your post-festivity food coma. So tune in because we're sending you some good vibrations. First up, we bring you Another Time and Another Tune. Steve Ferreira has chosen the music of Joni Mitchell to enchant us.
Thank you. Hello, listeners. Today's Music Nostalgia segment is on the great Joni Mitchell, one of the most influential singer-songwriters to emerge from the 1960s folk music scene. Mitchell became known for her personal lyrics and unconventional compositions, which grew to incorporate elements of pop, jazz, rock, and other genres. She won 11 Grammy Awards and was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1997. Born in Alberta, Canada, Mitchell began singing in small nightclubs throughout Canada and began touring in 1965 when she moved to the USA. Her early songs, like Both Sides Now and The Circle Game, were successfully recorded by other artists, notably Judy Collins and Buffy Sainte-Marie. Her debut album, Song to a Seagull, or just Joni Mitchell, was released in 1968, produced by David Crosby of popular trio Crosby, Stills and Nash. Having written 60 songs by this time, the album is known for its minimalist folk sound and dreamy lyrics, which she likened to fairy tales about herself and her life. Mitchell accompanied herself on acoustic guitar, piano, and with a little-known string instrument called the dulcimer. Joni Mitchell designed the album cover in a psychedelic style popular at the time. The album, however, was a sleeper, placing 189 in the 1968 US Billboard 200 chart. A single, Night in the City, was released and lauded by Record World, one of the 3 major weekly music industry trade magazines in the US at the time. Quote, "The marvelous Joni Mitchell lights up the imagination with his provocative work." Here then is Night in the City, a single from Songs to a Seagull. In 1969, Joni Mitchell moved to Los Angeles, where she recorded her next 2 albums, Clouds and Ladies of the Canyon. Ladies of the Canyon, released in 1970, expands Mitchell's artistic vision and his varied song topics, and is often viewed as a transition between her folky earlier work and the more sophisticated, poignant albums to follow. Ladies of the Canyon references Laurel Canyon, an area perched within the Hollywood Hills of Los Angeles where the Woodstock generation of like-minded artists lived and congregated.
She fills her drawing book with line, sewing lace on widow's weeds and filigree on leaf and vine, vine and leaf of filigree, and her coats are second-hand one, trimmed with antique luxury. She is a lady of the canyon. And he sits you down to eat. She always makes you welcome in. Cats and babies round her feet, and all are fat and none are thin. None are thin and all are fat. She may bake some brownies today, saying you are welcome back. She is another canyon lady. Do 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 do. La 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 la. Estrella, circus girl, comes wrapped in songs and gypsy shawls. Songs like tiny hammers hurled at beveled mirrors in empty halls. Empty halls and beveled mirrors, sailing seas and climbing canyons. Come out for a visit here to be a lady of the canyon. Do 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 do. Trina takes her paints and her threads, and she weaves a pattern all her own. Annie bakes her cakes and her breads, and she gathers flowers for her home. For her home she gathers flowers, and Estrella, dear companion, colors up the sunshine hours, pouring music down the canyon. Do 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 do. La 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 la. Coloring the sunshine hours, they are the ladies of the canyon.
Big Yellow Taxi was the first song I heard of hers on Sydney commercial radio, and instantly flashed a unique, upbeat, yet folksy singer-songwriter. Now, Big Yellow Taxi, attributed to the Toronto police patrol cars, which were painted yellow and who took away her old man, hit number 6 in the Australian music charts in 1970. Here then is Big Yellow Taxi.
They paved paradise, put up a parking lot with a pink hotel, a boutique, and a swinging hot spot. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone? They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. They took all the trees, put them in a tree museum, and they of people, $1.50 just to see 'em. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone? They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. Hey, farmer, farmer, put away the DDT now. Give me spots on my apples, or leave me the birds and the bees. Please don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone. They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. Late last night, I heard the screen door slam, and a big yellow taxi took away my old man. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone? They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. I said, don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone? They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. They paved paradise, put up a parking lot.
Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed Joni Mitchell.
Thank you, Steve. What a beautiful selection of songs. Now, for something completely different, you may call them character lines, or you might call them crow's feet, but no matter what you call them, we seniors have them. You know, wrinkles. I caught up with Danielle Collins, a world expert in face yoga.
Hi, my name's Danielle Collins and I am the world-leading face yoga expert, and I am passionate about helping people to look and feel the best version of themselves.
Wonderful. So can you explain what facial yoga is?
Of course, face yoga, well, the Danielle Collins face yoga method, which is what I've been teaching for the last 17 years, has 5 main aspects to it. So the first aspect is the facial exercise, and the easiest way to understand this is what we already know about exercising the muscles in the body. So we all know that when we go to the gym or maybe a yoga class, and as we strengthen and tone a muscle, the skin attached is tightened and tautened and firmed, and everything looks more lifted. And we're applying very similar principles to the face. So the 57 muscles in the face, the head, the neck, the tongue, the ear area. And as we strengthen and tone those muscles, the skin is then lifted and firm, which helps the skin to look smoother, helps to reduce lines and wrinkles, and helps it to look more vibrant. So that's the first aspect. The second is the facial massage, and facial massage is wonderful for many reasons. It's very good for reducing any puffiness in the face, so we really work with lymphatic drainage, we help with that toxin removal. Very good for boosting the blood circulation, so we bring all the fresh blood and nutrients and oxygen up to the skin surface. We really feed the skin, we give it that wonderful glow. We also work with releasing a lot of tension in the face and lifting through the facial massage. The third aspect is the acupressure. So my method is very much a fusion of techniques which have been used for thousands of years in traditional Chinese medicine, in Ayurveda, but also a combination of science, what we now know about the face, the muscles, the bones, the lymphatic system. So I very much fuse both together. And the acupressure part of my method is very much rooted in the traditional Eastern technique. So acupressure is applying pressure to certain points in the face. And as we do this, it has lots of benefits aesthetically. So very similar to what I just talked about with the facial massage and facial exercise, but also has lots of deeper wellness benefits as well. So many people use points on the face for helping reduce stress, help them sleep better, help reduce headaches, help with jaw tension, sinus issues. And then the fourth aspect is relaxation. So I talked about how we need to lift and tone muscles, but there are some muscles in our face which we tend to overuse in the wrong way, often when we're expressing or maybe when we're quite stressed. So with certain muscles, we're actually learning to relax them a little bit more, to actually say to them, no, you don't need to be overused as much. You don't need to move as much. Let's learn to relax. Let's learn to let go of that tension. And then the fifth aspect, which to me is the most important, my favorite, is the well-being. And this is about bringing it all together. My method is very much a holistic method. And yes, it's great to exercise the face muscles and massage them and learn how to relax them. But actually, we need to be looking at ourselves as a whole. So working with our mind, I teach a lot about breathing techniques, positive affirmations, visualization, our bodies, so simple things like hydration, nutrition, sleep, reducing stress. All of this helps us to look and feel the best version of themselves, which is really what the root of my method is all about.
You would probably have heard that if you go online or Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, there'd be people saying that exercising your face actually causes wrinkles. But what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's some truth in that if it's done incorrectly. So unfortunately on the internet, there's lots of bad examples of facial exercise and face yoga where people are just pulling their face in any old direction. And if you're going to be doing that repeatedly, sort of throughout the day, then yes, lines and wrinkles will be created, very similar to certain expressions. Normally those stress-related expressions in time can really etch into our skin. However, with all of my facial exercise, facial massage, all of the face yoga, we're working all three layers of skin together. So we're working them as one unit. As we do face yoga, we're using a mirror and we're making sure no lines or wrinkles are created whilst we're doing those techniques. So we're actually working with lifting and smoothing the skin, learning to relax certain muscles, learning to lift other muscles, rather than creating lines and wrinkles.
And which parts of the face can this process help?
Oh, all of it. I mean, face yoga is very beneficial for all of the face. So I have key techniques for every area of the face in both of my books. So I've got two books, Danielle Collins' Face Yoga and the Face Yoga Journal, and both of them are packed full of over 50 1-minute techniques. And 1 minute is sort of the magic number that I usually recommend for each of the techniques. How many of those 1 minutes you do is really up to you. And it's really about what you can fit in realistically in your lifestyle, how quickly you want to start getting results. But I recommend that trying at least a couple of 1 minute techniques every day is how you're going to start to get results. And like with anything, repetition is absolutely key. So yes, you can pick a few key parts of the face and just do that. But like with anything, for best results, you're going to really want to work all the key areas of the face. And even if it is just 1 minute for the forehead, 1 minute for the eyes, for example, 1 minute for the cheeks and the jaw and the neck, and really hone in on those key areas, and then you're working with the face very much holistically.
That leads right into the next question I was going to ask, which is does this work for the neck, or can you apply it to the neck?
Absolutely. So the neck is really one of the areas which can age quicker than any other part of our face for many reasons. The skin on the front of the neck is very thin, so it can be prone to lines and wrinkles much quicker. Often we're not protecting the neck as well as the face. So if we're wearing SPF on the face, quite often we can forget the neck area. Also in daily modern life, what we tend to find is we use phones and laptops and iPads and all of this a lot, which means that we're in that sort of forward position. So we're arching our shoulders, we're bringing our chin down, and what that's doing is creating more lines in the neck area than perhaps we would have had if we weren't doing that. Maybe even fluid accumulation. Many people come to me and say, look, I've got a double chin, but it doesn't seem to be fat there. It just seems to be fluid accumulation there. And often, again, that's very much due to our posture.
I'm trying to sit up now, Danielle.
I know, we all are. We all need that reminder throughout the day, for sure.
Yeah.
But with the neck area, we want to do a few things. So posture exercises are really important. So even like what you were saying there, you know, if we're actually just lengthening up, I like to say, imagine you've got a string going up through the center of your body, through the top of the head, right up to the sky. It's lengthening everything up. Bring the shoulders not too far back, not too far forward, in that nice, lovely, neutral position. And just start with that. And then breathe deeply. And straight away, that's going to open everything up. It's really going to work with your neck area, and it's going to prevent those lines and wrinkles. And it's also going to help your breathing, of course, which is going to help your mind, body, soul, everything. Then you want to just bring a little bit of massage into your day. Perhaps if you apply a serum or oil or a neck cream, just get into the habit of really massaging it into your face. But we're talking about the neck here, so really the neck as well. And then a couple of facial exercises for the neck as well. And if you could do that little combination of the posture, the massage and the exercise, and then protection. So I always recommend using an SPF on the neck area, really trying to keep it out of the sun, or wearing a light scarf if you're out in the sun, whatever it will be. And that's really going to help the neck to look more lifted and smoother and healthier.
So for the average busy person, what would be a good length of time daily to do a regime?
Do what you can. So I never prescribe exact amount of minutes to people, because actually if I did that, it might not fit into everybody's life. If I was to sort of wave a magic wand and say, look, this is the ideal that you would do every day and you'd really stick to it, I would say 20 to 30 minutes. That would be ideal. And that would be a combination of all of those 5 areas that I talked about earlier. So it's not just exercising for 20 or 30 minutes. We're really working with everything, including our breathing, including our positive affirmations, really working with ourselves very much from within. But if you're really sort of pushed for time, or you just know you're not going to have the motivation to sit and do that every day, start with 2 minutes. Pick 1 or 2 techniques. Go to my YouTube channel, which is Face Yoga Expert, read my books, whatever it is, just grab a couple of techniques, start doing that. The real key is to keep it up daily. So it's like if we go to a yoga class or the gym, you know, the first time we go, we feel great, you know, we've got that boost of energy, we're really sort of motivated, but actually we know we're going to start to see results when we do this on a very regular basis. And it's exactly the same with face yoga. If you do one sort of 20-minute face yoga session, then actually your skin instantly will look more lifted, more glowing, there'll be less tension and stress in your face. But if you want to really get long-term results, keep it up daily, whatever you realistically can.
I think I could do five a day. Yeah.
Perfect.
I think that would work for me. So now,
Great.
Danielle, people can't see what you're doing, but they can check you out. So where can people find you to see what you're up to?
Well, the best place to go is my website, which is faceyogaexpert.com. Also, I have Instagram, Face Yoga Expert. You can follow me on Facebook, Face Yoga Expert. If you go on my YouTube channel, also Face Yoga Expert, there are hundreds and hundreds of videos on there which you can use. I also give lots of tips on my podcast, the Face Yoga Expert podcast, so really worth listening to that as well. All of my books are on Amazon as well, and all good bookstores around the world. So lots of places that you can connect with me.
That's where I found you, is on YouTube. When I
Great.
started using your exercises. The thing I noticed about it is that it's very relaxing, because I think I hold a lot of tension in my face, particularly when I used to work in corporate. I'm a lot more relaxed than I used to be, but I still hold a lot of tension in my face and my neck. And your stuff really is just great for just decompressing. It's wonderful.
I think that the thing that I'm most passionate about with what I do is the wellness. So, you know, I love the results that face yoga give in terms of reducing lines and wrinkles in the face. But actually, I honestly believe there's nothing wrong with lines and wrinkles. I'm never here to say, you know, we shouldn't age or aging is bad. I don't like the word anti-aging. I actually believe lines and wrinkles are completely fine. And actually, much of the time, we can really embrace them. But what I really aim to do is help people feel good on the inside. And I think if you start doing face yoga just to feel good, to take that little bit of time for self-care, to look after yourself, and just try to look as healthy and glowing and as amazing as you can for whatever age you are, that is the very best place that you can come from. And then if you've got the side effect of reducing lines and wrinkles as well, great, you know, who doesn't want that?
Yeah.
So that's what I would say, you know, really start with wellness. That's what I'm passionate about, and that's what I hope that it'll give your listeners as they start face yoga as well.
Thank you, Danielle Collins. We will provide the tips and important links that Danielle mentions on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/The Good Vibrations Show. Check it out. December is always a bit of work. Shopping, present wrapping, cleaning, food preparation, eating, drinking, conversing, cleaning again, digesting. Up next, get ready to flex your mental muscles and snap out of that December coma. We know you love a quiz. We love a quiz. So please welcome our host, Alan Roberts.
Mary, we've got plenty today on It's Trivial with me, Trivial, designed to let you drag from the back of your brain those bits of trivial that will amaze your friends and family and totally nonplus your children. Each week we do a round of general knowledge and a round of themed questions, just 5 questions in each round, and then we'll post the answers up on our Facebook page, which is, Mary?
Our Facebook page is facebook.com/The Good Vibrations Show.
So remember to check out that Facebook page. You'll find all of our shows up there and the answers to previous week's trivia questions. And you'll also have the ability to submit your answers to this week's questions to show us just how clever you are. Before we start, we'll do the answers to last week's quiz so people know what they were. We started with the world's biggest selling musical instruments are the guitar and the harmonica. The 7 wonders of the ancient world, we asked which one of them was alive. And that is, of course, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. We then looked at champagne as the number 1 best-selling sparkling wine. And the second best-selling sparkling wine goes to Italy with Prosecco. Question 4, we asked which 2 countries are joined by the Khyber Pass, and that is Pakistan and Afghanistan. And then we finished general knowledge with what is the only muscle in the human body that is not attached at both ends? And the answer to that is the tongue. We then had our themed round, Size Matters. So, running through size matters. The largest planet in our solar system is Jupiter. The largest penguin is the emperor penguin. The largest bone in the human body is the femur. The largest country by area is Russia. And the largest species of grass is bamboo. How'd you go on that round? All right, this week, 5 questions on general knowledge and then 5 on the theme of the week. General knowledge. What was the first James Bond film? Released in 1962, what was the name of the first James Bond film? Question 2. 2 countries have won Eurovision 7 times, the most of any countries who have entered it. Name either of these 7-time winners. Question 3. In 1976, which dictator said, "You have freedom of speech. Freedom after speech, that I cannot guarantee"? Question 4. What is the world's largest lizard? Question 5. Scrumpy is a variety of which type of alcoholic drink? And that's the end for our general knowledge this week. This week's themed round is called Threesomes because you need 3 answers to each of the questions. Question 1. What 3 countries begin with the letter J? J for juvenile. Question 2. In Test cricket, which 3 Australian bowlers have taken more than 500 wickets each? Question 3. Tchaikovsky wrote which 3 ballets? Question 4. In fencing at the Olympics, what 3 blades are used? And question 5. Name the 3 Australian Prime Ministers who have died whilst in office. And that's our questions for this week. That's the end of It's Trivial with your host here, Trivial. Don't forget to visit our Facebook page, submit your answers, and then come back and join us again next week for another episode of It's Trivial. Goodbye for now.
Thank you, Alan. Check out the answers to Alan's quiz on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/The Good Vibrations Show. That's our show for this week. Thank you for listening. A special thanks to Steve Ferreira for our Music Nostalgia segment, Danielle Collins for the full scoop on face yoga, Alan Roberts, the host of It's Trivial, and me, your host, Mary Labrie. A huge thanks to the Interwest Council for supporting our show. Please tune in next week. 2026, can you believe it? And remember, when it comes to good vibrations, take them in and send them out. Until next time.